Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. That's what I'm doing, yeah. Whoopsie. Almost got the wrong game on there, didn't I? We are in orbit of Gilly. There it is. And what we want to do now is get ourselves down to this. Now, Gilly, we've talked about this before. The gravity is terrible, right? And by terrible, I mean almost non-existent. So it's going to take us a very long time to fall. You can see our orbital velocity is just 15.9. 0.8, whatever. Very long time to fall. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to plan on that because this thing's still rotating. The point we need to land on is right there. And I need to move this over, I think. So what I'm going to try to do, I think, is just get me a link. Now, the mods that I have in the game have updated now. And Kerbal Hacks and stuff has added some stuff. So if I click this, I'm going to see warp to apoapsis, warp to periapsis right there. And so there is a... that's an interesting thing, right? Like if I'm trying to circularize the orbit and I want to go to the apoapsis or periapsis, I can now immediately do that with that little click, which is pretty cool. I don't want to do that though. I want to create a maneuver real quick, only to see exactly which direction I need to point. I need to go that way and that way. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and point towards this. Now I want to go about... I would think I want to fall about here because it's going to take that long for us to get over there. Yeah, I'm going to go about like, I think like this. Like I said, it's going to take a very long time. If you've never been to Gilly before, you're thinking, okay, you know, I'll get down there. No, you won't. It'll be like 2 days from here to there. Okay, so just chill. You got time. All right, so what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and take this, burn this down really lightly to about there is fine. I went too far. I went too far. Let's go back. Let's go over to prograde. And you can see the point where we're going to land is well above the surface there. The icon's a little weird, but we're trying to land right there where that little, you probably can't see it. The devs have released an update with, on the discussion board and stuff on Steam and on the forums and all that stuff, talking about the new UI changes and stuff they're going to be presenting. And one of those changes is making all these things a little bigger for you guys. So, whew, bigger for me as well. But that's a good thing. We want to see that. All right, so we want to bring this out, I think, a little bit. Let's go out about, I think that far is probably pretty good. Okay, and then I can, when I get directly over top of it to be like right here, then I can kill that lateral velocity and fall straight down from that point. So what we want to do is get to about here, I guess. We're going to create a maneuver there. We're going to grab our alarm clock. Yeah, this is how long it takes. We're going to grab our alarm clock on the maneuver right there. And now we can be notified when we get there. Because if you see my time acceleration, what I can do, if I go like this, as I get closer to Gilly, and this is how long it's been, it's going to limit my speed because I'm close to the surface, quote unquote. 8,600 meters above the surface. And so this is the fastest I can time accelerate. And, well, I mean, it's not fast enough is what I'm going with here. It's not sufficient. All right, not good. And let's take a look really quick at how it's moving. Again, it's still kind of moving this direction. I think by the time we get there, this should be moved over, I think. If not, though, I brought a lot of fuel, right? And we can just hover it for a bit. But I think to really do this and to not have to wait this long for it, we're going to, because there's some stuff going on down there, right? We're going to turn this thing to where it's facing retrograde. So let's just let this thing rotate for a second. Here we go. That music gets intense, doesn't it? It's real nice. I like it. Let's make sure our landing legs work, huh? Do they work? All right. Very good. They're going to work. We're going to leave them out because I can. All right. So this thing's pointing around the right direction. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head on over to the Eve station, which is tentatively named default name 26 because it did not keep its name when I merged the crafts and stuff and undocking and docking and everything. It did not keep its name. So we're going to focus over here on default name 26. And one of the nice things about having a station in orbit that's higher up in orbit is that it's going to allow us to focus on it and get that time acceleration back. So now I'm going to just focus on this probe. And we just have to get back to it before it gets to this point, which unfortunately means I have to wait. I'm going to have to wait it out from here to here, but that's okay. So we're going to time accelerate a little bit faster till this thing gets down. There we go. And there is the maneuver that we set. There's our alarm clock to make sure that I don't go over the mark. And so I'm trying to... Hi, can I play it? Yep, there we go. All right, so since I'm not wanting to go over the mark and let's not take any chances, we'll go ahead and control from here. Control this now. So we're back with this probe. And you can see we're kind of directly over top of this thing, which looks pretty good. I like seeing that. And we can speed up time as much as it will let me. And I think right about here is a good spot to kill this lateral velocity and just fall from where we are. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're going to face towards the horizon. If I can get it to do so. Here we go. And we're just going to burn towards the horizon until that retrograde marker is right over the center, the pole, if you will. And that's pretty close. That's close enough, I think. And so now we're going to fall straight down from here. And then again, we just kind of... I'm going to actually hit F5. I don't trust it. And then we're just going to fall straight down from here. Yep. So we'll just... This is the time acceleration that I can do to get us to fall in a reasonable pace. You can see why I said... Why I thought, anyway, that Xenon engines were going to be good enough. Because, like, at a free fall, this is our acceleration. It's like, if we can just offset that, we're good. But... we can do the experiments actually now. There's nothing that stops us from doing that. So let's go get that going. We have time to do them, right? The oblique impact site is exactly what we're over top of biome-wise. So that's fantastic. The very specific biome that we can get. And while we're doing the experiments, we might as well transmit because we can. Sun's directly above us. Got plenty of sunlight there. That's great. And 830 science worth of samples too. Let's go continue with our time acceleration all the way down. We should see this experiment finish. There we go. And we can transmit 416 science back to home. Very good. Okay, now we're still falling. This is, yeah, ground level, not sea level. And we got plenty of electric charge, so I think just to be safe, there's no reason why. I mean, it's 17 meters per second, right? But just to be safe, let's bring these in. Because I don't think we really need them out anyway. We have plenty of electric charge. And as long as this counts as the biome, we're good. It still says we're on the oblique, we're on the impact site. So I think that's really all that matters. I don't think we have to be right on that marker. But if we do, we can hop over there. However, I am seeing it's not flat here. So I'd kind of like to drift a little bit this direction if possible, please. Yeah, we're just going to drift over here just a little bit. It's not flat. It's not super important that it's flat, to be honest. Like, it's not like you're going to tip over without being able to stay upright, but it's more of a just in case thing, for safety's sake thing. Tilt ourselves over here. I think that looks like a pretty flat area right below us. So let's make sure we kill off our relative velocity here. We're just going to point towards the horizon. We have tons of time. Lots and lots of time. Point to the horizon and just move that retrograde vector there to the center of the blue area. Good enough. And we'll point towards Retrograde here. And I really don't even see us gaining enough speed from this fall to even have to worry so much about really anything at all. I don't see us gaining any gaining enough speed to worry about it with the landing legs and everything and their impact tolerance and all that. Yeah, here we go. Okay, 200. And you have to remember also that this is from the probe core, not from the landing legs. So you have to make sure that we're keeping in mind how long our vessel is. Which I don't actually know how long our vessel is, but coming down at a very comfortable 2 meters per second on a hill. We want to keep this facing upright if possible. Keep it facing upright. Keep it facing upright. That is going to bounce down the hill. Probably going to bounce down the hill. I'm going to activate RCS. Well, I was going to activate RCS. It's not going to work. Nope, we're going to end up falling. So I need to get up. Yep, I need to get down over there. Yep. Need to get over there. We'll just come a little bit more. Again, flatter ground is what we're looking for. These things, I don't like auto suspension, man. I want these things to be like real strong, you know? Yeah, auto suspension is not working out for me, man. Just float over here a little bit. My gosh. You have to time accelerate through these things. I think we're going to go over here. All right, let's face the horizon here. We want retrograde, though. Let's point towards the horizon on retrograde direction. We'll try to land like right in this area instead, I think. Okay, what are you doing? No. I don't want you to point up. I want you to point retrograde. Come on. What are you doing? Don't do that. There we go. So we'll try it right around here instead. And that should be good. Let's point up. Yeah, we have lots of time, but still. All right, let's point up. Still not flat, is it? Still not flat, and I have lateral velocity too, but oh my god, it is still not flat enough to land on, you guys. I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Do the science. Science is done. Science is done. No, just keep it upright. Just make it point up. Things are looking good. So we brought the experiment. That's what this is. This is the environmental survey that we're supposed to be doing here. So we've already done that. It's already ran for this region, which was the mission that we needed to go to in the first place. And now we're doing the radiation thing. That's completed too. And I believe that's all the experiments done at this site. So that mission is completed. And we can go ahead and extend our solar panels again. We are stable, albeit like we shouldn't be, because we only have one landing leg on the ground. I guess maybe this one counts as well, but I don't think these ones count. And we can transmit as much as possible back to Kerbin while we can. And then we can also go to a different biome too. Like we can get more from Gilly if I wanted to take the time to do so. So for example, let's say I wanted to go that way. Okay, I could just get a little hop, right? Just get a little hop up to the top here. I've got lots of fuel, right? So this is one of those things where if you pack a lot of fuel, you just get to do a lot of things if you want to. And I don't really think I want to face Yeah, I want to face the direction I'm going, but I don't want to face retrograde specifically because that would be facing up. So I'm more concerned with just, yeah, the horizon in the direction I'm headed, which is going to be this way. All right, so we can, again, just kind of time accelerate. It's going to have us going up. But what I'm looking for is just a different biome. Instead of low orbit oblique impact site, I'd like to go to, you know, low orbit something else. And then just get more from that. That would make it easy. And I guess burning retrograde would be okay in the sense that it would stop me from going up. I have the fuel to do it. It's very cheap. Okay, fine, we'll do it. Also, I'm noticing that I can maneuver this while in 3 times time acceleration. So maybe when you get really low to the ground, physics time warp is a thing. Because otherwise, I shouldn't be able to do that. I should supposedly be on rails right now. So I'm clearly not. So I think when you get close to the ground, even if there's no atmosphere, it does activate some kind of physics time warp. But I just wish I could go faster. I'm going to land over somewhere else. And I'll get you guys back in when I do. All right, so this is the highlands over here. And I don't exactly know whether or not this is going to be any different or not. But we're going to go ahead and kill off this. Oh, I went the wrong way. Shoot. That's no good. Wait. Wait. That's no good. Back up. And this is what happens when you're doing this with time acceleration on too. I'm doing all these burns with the 4x time acceleration as well. So I probably should slow down, and we want to go surface retrograde. There we go. And then we just whip ourselves over like this. I guess using time acceleration is a good thing here, right? In the case of Gilly, it kind of makes everything go the speed that you're used to it going. So I guess there's that. But on the burn, I think when I start the burns though, I'm gonna have to slow it down just because this thing goes really quick. Yeah, like that. I don't know what this thing is doing. It's wobbling all over the place, man. Get a grip. Does the RCS system not work? Like, I'm not seeing. It says I have no monopropellant. So I have a suspicion. I suspect, and this is going to be pretty terrible for trying to dock to the station now. Ugh. I'm going to have to use the tug. Yeah, I have to use the tug. So I'll get the tug out. I'll dock to this, give it monopropellant, and then pull the tug back. That's a good thing. When I was trying to move the thing around to get to the station and rendezvous with it, doing all the other burns that I did before, I think it drained the monopropellant out of this tank first. Because it's the topmost tank. And so that left the stage with nothing. So I just had to pay more attention to that later, I guess. We'll bring these in. You know, this area here is pretty flat. So we can always maybe transition over that way if I need to. I don't know why it's not. Why are you not pointing up? What the hell are you doing here? Point up. All right. SAS doesn't want to work. So we're just going to have to do it ourselves. If you want it done, do it yourself. It looks to me, though, strangely enough, that I'm trying to point up, but it's not actually pointing up. Gilly's weird. Yeah, because this is straight up, but it's also not. Like, look at the orientation of this craft. It's not pointed up. It's almost pointed south, which is very strange, but it is what it is. We should be able to land here. All right, so we're going to land here. We'll just say point retrograde, I suppose. That would still do it. Let's come on down. We can see the shadow right there. And yeah, 2.93 meters per second is nothing, but we're going to slow it down a little bit more anyway. Nice and easy landing. There we go. Super easy landing. Done. All right, now point up. I mean, I can't point up, can I? I physically, I think this is not the correct orientation, so I can't point up. But this is good enough. We can run the science right where we are. We can extend our solar panels just so that we run the science with solar coverage, and we're ready to rock and roll as soon as the radiation experiment is completed. And then we take the remainder of this fuel, 1,603, right? We'll take the remainder of this fuel and get ourselves over to the station, which, again, I have to use the tug to get monopropellant into here because I think we're out. It says 0 out of 0.1, and when I try to use the thrusters, it doesn't work. So that's either a bug with the thrusters and how they're connected, which is maybe, I mean, that's possible. This science equipment is technically between this tank and these thrusters, but I don't believe Kerbal Space Program does that. Like, I don't believe that matters for RCS. I've never seen that matter. In fact, it didn't matter on the last craft that we had RCS on, so I don't believe that actually matters. 500 extra science available to transmit, and we will. And then yeah, all we have to do then is just point 90 degrees and go. So we're going to go back to, yeah, go back to Eve. So we'll just, I don't even think it matters if we point 90 degrees even, but just going to get ourselves pointed over in a direction, whatever direction it is, and get ourselves back into orbit of Gilly, right? And then we leave wherever that ends up being. So if we want to leave and go back to Eve right now, we would want to leave on this side. So that's kind of the side we're already facing. So we could just burn the prograde direction that we're already going, and that would bring us closer. And you can see how the orbital lines and stuff are different colors and stuff. That's Kerbal Hacks. The last update they did, it just kind of, it changed things, all right? Some things have changed. So we're going to bring ourselves in nice and close to Eve here. And we have a fairly... The one question I guess I will have, though, is whether or not our orbit is going the right direction, and I don't believe it is. I believe this is a retrograde direction, and we do not want that. No. This is fine. We should still be heading this direction. We should still be going that way. Let's test that there. I'm pretty confident we should still be going that way. So we'll just say bye to Gilly. Okay, bye Gilly. I need to go a little bit further before I can get fast time acceleration, but a lot of Gilly is the highlands, and then the crater, and then I assume there's a lowlands or a midlands. Ooh, there was another one. There was a very tiny... Oh, man. I had a commenter that asked me about, like, where a certain biome is. I believe they found it eventually, but they gave me the idea of installing the orbital survey mod and mapping all the moons and planets and stuff as another, like, side mission for us to do, right? Doing all the mapping stuff, I think that'd be kind of cool. Get out to all the places and just get a thorough biome map of all the things. That way we can see where all the biomes are, and I think that'd be a good idea. All right, so we're here. Now, again, the question is, that's 9 days away, and that's 9 minutes away. So we're definitely still going the right direction, which is what we needed to do. Okay. So we're going to go back to the Eve apoapsis. This is where we can warp to apoapsis if we want to. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to... maneuver node controller apparently doesn't work now. Oh, a little bit bugginess happening here. Okay. Maybe those two mods clash with each other now. Not getting that. All right. Already, this is the thing I was saying. Are already getting mod conflicts. Already happening. Jeez. I'm going real light on it. It's still doing it. All right, so we want to bring that in, you know, so it's around the same as the station, and we're doing that again. It's another effort to rendezvous with something. All right, and then that's what we're up to again. So 116 meters per second here. I think maybe while we're still out this far, it might be better to change our inclination now as opposed to doing it when we're closer to the station, right? So if we set default name 26, as our target. We can see that right here is where our descending node is. And I really wish it would let me do that, but it does not let me do that anymore. Yeah, I might have to say sayonara to Kerbal Hacks. Or roll back to another version or something if possible. Create maneuver plan. So this is descending node, which means we need to ascend. And we want our stuff to be right on the money there. So that is going to be the same inclination as the station. It's going to cost us 64 meters per second from that spot right there. So we want to go face the maneuver. We'll do that from right here, and then we'll bring our orbit in to rendezvous with the station. All right, so I had to kind of make a choice here because I'm running out of fuel. So I'm at 100 meters per second. I'm pretty sure that's what I need to deorbit this. And I don't really want to go around to get to the station again. So I think what I'm going to do here is the very same method that I was going to use to get this thing docked to the station. That method is also going to provide this stage with a little bit of fuel so that I can deorbit that stage when this probe leaves the station. So hopefully we don't run out of fuel before we can really get like a solid, at least good distance here. So it looks like, because I don't have any RCS, it's not working. So I got 85 meters per second. I need to get on this side of the target vector. This is prograde, so we're headed towards the station, but I need to get on this side. Normally, I would just do this with RCS. But if I burn here, I can move this towards me. And so now I can aim right directly at it, right? And so now I'm headed directly at the station. I should be getting much closer to it. And all I got to do is basically just fine-tune and tweak this so that I head slowly towards this station the entire time. So as I moved through this, I should see, like, 1.8 or so is what I'm going to get as closest approach. And then the prograde vector's up here. So I need to face this way, right? And if I burn prograde from this direction, I should be able to, again, move... should be able to move that thing to be right on top of this. And now I need to go a little bit over here. And so you don't have to kill your relative velocity all the time. You just have to move your prograde vector to where it's pointed directly at your target. And then you are literally facing and like moving towards your target then, right? And then eventually I'm going to have to kill off the relative speed, but I'm going to get the tug out here to grab this thing instead of... There we go. Okay, I think this is actually really good. Let's face orbital. Let's face retrograde here. We might... We're going to zip past this thing a little faster than I wanted. Let's tuck this in real quick. Going a little faster than I wanted. Come on, get over, you pig. Come on, get over, you pig. It's not getting over. Come on. It's coming real close to us. I just got to... There's not enough reaction control here on this craft to do this right. Come on, get over to that retrograde vector. God, you're so slow. You're so slow. Kill that speed. There we go. Kill the speed. Completely, please. Come on. 1.7. Oh my God. You got to be kidding me. All right, face the target, I guess. It's like running away from me. I don't like that. Go face the target instead. I know, it's dark now. You don't have any lights. I can't see. I know. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it other than time accelerate to the daytime. And in which case, the station will be too far away from me. So you're just going to have to suck it up, okay? Oh my God, why is this so damn slow? Come on, let's go. I want to move it myself. This is too slow. I don't know what it's doing, but it's... I mean, what it's doing is it doesn't have RCS, which is what it's supposed to have the entire time was RCS. It doesn't have that. That's what it's doing. All right. So we're obviously moving way too fast. Still need to kill the relative velocity. I just got to get over to do that. And if I can just get it to like 0.1 or 0.2, that would be fine. I could just get the tug to come out and do the rest of the work. But the stupid vector was moving on me. It does that, you know. It does that because it's passing by me, so... I don't think that's actually the case. I think it does it because your reaction wheel has momentum in a certain direction, and it's relative to your probe. Something like that. I honestly don't know why it would move. We're heading the same direction the entire time, so I really don't know why it would move. Maybe you guys know. You leave me a comment, let me know why it moves. All right, let's kill that. 0.4. No! I went too far! Without RCS, this is a very challenging thing to do without RCS. You need RCS for this stuff. It's not going to let me... All right. Come on. Come on. You can do it. I know. Prograde's moving with me. See how it just moves with me? It's got to be because of, like, rotation. Right? The rotation of the probe core. It's like relative to the probe core's movement, not the craft in whole. So, like, as I rotate, this thing rotates with me. It's got to be that, man. So I need this thing to stop rotating until I know where it really is. But I think it's about here. You have 54 meters per second remaining. And this thing refuses to move over to that marker. So I'm going to have to do it myself. Come on. Get down there. You're almost there. Come on. It's not there. I have to... It's because I'm moving it with the keyboard. Is it close enough? You know what? It's close enough. 0.2. I'm fine with it. Let's go get it. I want to decouple this. And let's go get the son of a bee. If I can figure out where the hell it is in here. Gilly probe, set target. Okay. Gilly probe, set target is that way. Okay. So we want to okay. Calm down. There's a solar panel there, right? Just calm down. Face target. Face target. There you go. And forward march. All right. We're going towards target now. All right. There we go. Now we're going to go towards target. It'll be much easier to move around now with the tug. Although, again, I regret not placing lights on the tug. So I still have to do all of this stuff in the dark side. Again, apologies for that. Nothing I can do about it other than, you know, make the thing go way faster. Or time accelerate to the day side and then have to go really far. And I don't really want to do that. All right, so we are going to rotate ourselves this direction. No, stop it. Put it. There we go. All right. Face ourselves this direction, and we're just gonna real quickly get contact with that probe. Get contact with that target right there. So let's move. There we go. Okay. Very good. Come on now. You're right there. There you go. Come on. Get over there. I don't want to hit the dish, but I might. There we go. Got it. All right. We are docked with the tug. Good. That's what we want to do. Now, we're going to control it from here. All right. We're going to move it around. I can really move it around now. We're going to focus on one of the big ports on the station. Okay. Focus one of those big ports on the station. All right. Now we can really move around. I like it. All right. Forward march. Let's get over there. Let's get over to that port on the station right over there, okay? Now we're going to want to rotate this thing to be facing this orientation. There we go. This is probably pretty good. Wow, you are just... Oh, right, because you... Face target is on. Okay. Let's try this again. Now that face target is not on. All right, we're going to face you that way. See, we can start to see a little bit of light now. That's good, yeah? Good. A little bit of light now coming in. Now you can start to see what I'm doing. All right, so we want to be facing about like that. Seems pretty close. We don't have the docking alignment indicator mod installed yet, but we'll get it eventually. It's fine. This is close enough, right? Is it close enough? I think it's probably close enough. All right, so we'll go ahead and slide over there. I'm gonna have to rotate this because it's not going the directions I like. I have my keys organized a certain way, okay? All right, right there. Stop with your nonsense. All right, let's go. Now, we want to head lateral to target for a little bit. Yep, bring it up. And you can see these thrusters here aren't even moving. So I think there's just a disconnect. Like something's wrong with these thrusters because even they should be working now and they're not. So I don't think there's a lack of monopropellant in that tank. I don't think that's it. Yep, that's the target. So, of course, we want to face that target. All right, let's slow this down. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Slow down. Coming in at a weird angle here. Rotate it out. All right, RCS, what the hell are you doing? You're like freaking out. I'm not pressing any buttons right now, and you're just wigging out. Quit it. I don't understand what you're doing. Please stop. Whatever it is, just please stop. I know it's trying to like settle me, right? SAS. I kind of wish there was a way to separate it. I wish there was a way to separate the SAS system to where it, your rotation. Well, I mean, I actually might be able to, right? I think I actually might be able to do that. Tell my RCS system, yeah, not to do pitch and stuff. And that way, every time I want to rotate, it's only with, hey, I can actually do that. I need to look at that. I wonder if that's a permanent setting or if it's something that I have to reset every single time I go back to this vessel. But that's totally doable. So I'll have to remember that, I guess. All right, so we're going to tilt it about like that. That's about where we want to be. Yep. And then we just want to bring it in to where we're settle. There we go. Move it over just a little bit here. There we go. Nice and easy. And the goal here, of course, is to transfer the science. So since all these things are docked together, we should see the science get transferred very easily here. Okay. So we are lined up and ready for docking. So it'll just magically happen. It's nice that way. It just magically happens, guys. Here it goes. The magnet will take it and just be like, ding, fries are done. No moving around or anything, eh? Fries are done. Okay, so this puts 2750 samples on this vessel and allows these Kerbals to access the science that's on this probe. All right. What I need to do in order to deorbit this thing, and then we're going to send this probe out to Elu or something. I don't know where we're going to be able to send it. I'm not sure how much Delta V it'll have. It should have quite a bit, but I honestly don't know. So what we are going to do, right, is we're going to want to transfer some fuel in this. So we're going to go over to our resource manager, and we're going to find Yeah, these has these things. We want to find the Methalox tanks. Okay, and we'll just select, it doesn't matter which one, so we'll select this one. It's fine. And then we want to transfer it to this one. So this one will be the in, and that means this one's out, and we just need to go. Now, I don't know if it's like, can I stop it really quickly? Like, it just needs a little bit of fuel. It doesn't need much, right? So I don't want to like fill it up. There's no reason to fill it up. So I think that will work out just fine, but I don't know that because there's no way for me to tell how much delta V this stage will actually have separate from, you know, it being docked here is the only way to tell. So now we'll undock this. And it has 352, which is way more than I needed, unfortunately. But I think it's fine. It's such a small amount of fuel that I think that'll be all right in the end, right? So we'll control from here. I want to verify that these guys have the science still. Indeed they do, 2750. All right. And we swap back to this craft. It still has the 2750 samples, but that's what we wanted. We wanted these things to sync up. So this has all the same samples as this does. So we're ready to rock and roll there with that. So we're just going to face retrograde real quick. And yeah, I think what I'll do is just to use this fuel a bit more, right? We want to go far out with this. Or maybe I could take it to Mercury. Maybe I can take it to, you know, maybe take it to Moho instead. I wonder what that would cost me. If I took this to Moho, I create a maneuver plan here. How much, of course, it's not going to tell me, right? How much Delta V you have. It's not even going to tell me this. I wish it would, but it doesn't seem like it's going to. So it probably won't let me make the plan. Yeah, because it says no fuel. It's very strange because I know I have fuel. But we'll see if we can take it to... From here, we'll see if we can take it to Moho. All right, so what we'll do now, with our 352 meters per second, is we're going to get ourselves spacing prograde, right? Or facing prograde. Right here, right? We're going to go around to our... where our maneuver is here, which is on this side. Right about here. And then we're going to burn up to the point where we have like 100 meters per second remaining. Okay, and then that's what we're going to use to deorbit this thing. I don't even know if it'll take that much. Maybe 70 or 80. Actually, by the time we get to the apoapsis for this, we probably only need about 70 or so. So we can go in and burn this. That's going to, of course, get us away from the station. Bye, station. And what we're looking for here, we're not paying attention to this. We don't care about the burn timer. All we care about is how much Delta V we have left over. I think about that is a good, that's a good, I think 90. Just to be sure. All right, so that puts us way out here. All right, and then what we're going to want to do from this is we're going to create a maneuver that gets our craft to be in the atmosphere, which I believe is 90. All the aero braking I've done, you'd think I'd remember this. 90, I believe, is what that is. So we will bring that in, and of course I can't see it because this interface sucks. All right, there it goes. And we want to go down to at least this far. Okay, so that works. 83 is what we have fuel left over for. That's perfect. That's fine. Okay, so that's the goal. We burn over there. So we're going to face that maneuver. It's going to take us a little bit to do. Station's already 20 kilometers away. Bye-bye. And then we'll see what this has as far as Delta V remaining. I'm not sure what it has, but, you know, we'll see. Hopefully it's got enough to make it to Moho. I don't know. I really didn't have a plan for this craft, you know? It wasn't much of a plan, let me tell you. It was just more. It was more like we want to get over there. We want to do the Gilly thing. We get our science. We dock to the station, and at that point, this thing goes wherever it can be most useful. Which I'm not sure Moho is that place. But you know, whatever. I've never been there before. And I want to go there. So we're going to try to go there. Hopefully I have enough fuel. I don't know what the Delta V is that's left on this thing, but I do know that the burn times will be insanely long. That part I know for sure. All right, we're close enough. I'm going to go ahead and fire this. So again, periapsis just needs to get below 90. That's fine. That's all done. Okay, so now we're going to turn around. And we're going to turn around before we undock because we don't want the process of undocking this thing or separating. We don't want the separation to kick it forward to not be in the atmosphere anymore. So instead, we're going to face prograde. And then we're going to do it. That way, any separation forces on this vessel will be in the retrograde direction, and it will definitely go in the atmosphere. Likewise, we do want to make sure that this probe is not, so this double whammy, it goes, that's the side that we want to go retrograde goes retrograde. The side that we want to go prograde gets kicked prograde. Right, easy. All right, this is fine. Let's go. So we'll just undock. There we are. And now we fire our new Xeon engines. You ready? Xenon engines? Huh? You ready? Let's do it. Ooh. Ah. Bask in it. Bask in it. I love it. Oh, it's great. Oh, I went down to 80. I should have just went down to 90. Oh, I went too far. Well, that's okay. It's all right. It's fine. So we're there. It's good. I don't know why I went to 80, but we're going to go. I guess we'll use a little extra fuel in this stage. It only gives us 3,544 meters per second. Wow. I thought we'd have more. You know, maybe actually it might give us more once we get more electric charge. Because I feel like that's probably what it is. It's the electric charge. Right? Because you can see the electric charge is dropping, although you don't see this number dropping really fast. So maybe that's not it. I don't know. But you can see the electric charge drops fast. So this engine, right, it uses the xenon gas that's in these tiny tanks, and then it also sucks energy, electric charge. It sucks in the electrons for this too, right? And yeah, so that's a big deal. We want to go just a little bit more here. We want to get maybe periapsis at 92, 95, maybe even. And the reason for that is because the burns on this is going to be very long, and we want to have a little bit of cushion so that if we are burning, you know, well before the maneuver, we want to have a little room where we can drop as we go in and do it. But there we go. I know it's in the dark side, you can't see it, so let's you know, let's get to the light so we can see the damn thing. I also want to see that debris deorbit. I think it's a good idea to maybe make sure, watch that, make sure it deorbits. So there it goes. And we should see it disappear. Hopefully. There it goes. It's gone. All right. It's gone. It burned up. And we did not. We did not, because we're not in atmosphere, and that's how it works. All right. So now to get out, right, we're burning on the light side of Eve to try and get out. That's how you got to do it. That's how you want to do it anyway. And then we just turn this on, and this isn't going to be fast. This is going to be slow, real slow. We're going to have to burn lots of times to make this happen. Over and over again, we're going to have to burn to make this happen. So it is not a fast process at all to get out of this. And I'll probably have to burn, I would say maybe even like 10, 20 times to get out of here. It might be, hopefully it's not that much, but it could be potentially that many times. To start this off. So basically how this works is, right, let's make a maneuver here, whatever. We go around. There we go. Whee! All the way to that maneuver. All right. And then even from here would be fine. We just start burning prograde from here. And we don't really care exactly, no precision. We don't really care. We're just going to stay prograde. And then we time accelerate it. There we go. We're doing it. And then we stop. All right, we stop it. Go back around. Whee! And then we do it again. Etc. Until we have our apoapsis out of Eve's sphere of influence, which is, again, going to take a while to do. We just want to make sure we don't go too far. We don't want to keep burning, prograde over here. It's not as efficient. We want to keep using that gravity to accelerate us and keep getting on that mark. So I'll work on that offline. We don't have to, you don't have to sit around for that, but it says we have 3515 available in this thing, which I think it should be enough to get to Moho. Should be. From where we are, it should be enough to get to Moho. I don't know about getting captured by it, though. I think getting captured by Moho might not be possible. But on the plus side, this is a good interplanetary relay, right? So if we just do a flyby on Moho, we have enough time, I think, in this case, to get some science from that and, and transmit it or whatever. And then we end up in orbit just above Moho and just, wandering around as a relay. I'd be all right with that, too. That's not a big deal. We've already transferred most of the science, and this thing has, I guess one way to say it is that this thing has already served its purpose, okay? Everything else from this point on is gravy. It doesn't have to be anything. It doesn't have to do anything, but it's super efficient with 4,200 seconds of specific impulse, right? We're just super efficient in getting wherever we want to go from here, yeah? All right, and back in Mission Control, we have Crater Conundrum is done. So we can go ahead and take this science. That's 3,000 science there. It says, congratulations. The first pass explanation for Gilly's survival of the impact is that it's made of sticky stuff. We found your landing footage especially hilarious. Bouncing around in Gilly's low gravity never fails to entertain. Oh, shut up. The explosives experts at OMB Demolition Enterprises have promised to blow something up in honor of this important milestone. They're not answering my emails asking what it is they want to blow up. Tomorrow might be a good day to call in sick. Very good. So 3,000 science is done. And then go Mohole, right? We're not going to be able to land in Mohole with that craft, of course. There's zero chance of that happening. But, if we can get in orbit of it, get a good view of it, maybe get some science around it, we can get a better idea what's going on. I think realistically, you would want to send something to orbit a planet before you send something to land on it, right? You would want pictures. You'd want some kind of readings from closer up, and that's what we're going to do there. Okay, so the station we have, I think around Eve is, I think it's okay. I don't know if it has enough fuel on board, right? We need more fuel in that station to get ourselves to where we can get, basically the goal is to send something from Kerbin that has, let's say 9 or 10,000 meters per second, right? Just to be safe. And then that craft needs to be landworthy, right? You're ready to land, right? So that whatever we send to the Eve station, that craft intact must be ready to land and have sufficient delta V available for about 9,000, 10,000 would be a good way to probably estimate it there, just to be safe. Then it needs to rendezvous with the station, fill up its tank so that it has that full 9K or whatever. Then we're going to enter Eve's atmosphere. I might need to, and this is why I want like a little cushion, why I want like 10K if I can, so that I can burn quite a bit to remove the risk of heat so we can slow down, right? And then parachutes will be more than sufficient to slow us down to landing. So we're not going to need any propulsion to land. It's the getting back part that's tough with Eve because it's such high gravity, and most specifically, it's because it's a very thick atmosphere. So you need a lot more fuel. You need a lot more muscle to get out of there, and that's why I want to have a lot of fuel. So we need enough to get up to the station again. Then when we dock to the station again, we then refuel to the point where we can get home. All right. And that's going to be the thing that I have to design. So we're not going to do that this video, but I think what else I might do just at the end of this video, I guess, if there's time. If there's not time, then I'll just do it next video. But if there's time, I'll slap it in here at the end, and that will be the just adding fuel. I want to add fuel to the station on Eve so that we make sure I have enough to do that.